For years, something about Conway Twitty and Loretta Lynn just didn't sit like a regular music partnership. Every time both voices came together, there was a spark that felt a little too real, almost like something deeper was hiding in plain sight. Fans noticed it, critics talked about it, and the whispers never really stopped. The rumors grew with every performance. But now, after all these years, a shocking reveal from Loretta Lynn's daughter is finally putting everything into perspective. Stay close, because this gets deeper than anyone expected. Setting the record straight. Setting the record straight came with a quiet kind of weight after the passing of Loretta Lynn in October 2022. Now, nearly 4 years later, her memory is being honored with the newly announced Loretta Lynn Blue Kentucky Girl exhibit opening at the Country Music Hall of Fame in June 2026. A daughter, Peggy Lynn, carried memories that had lived in private spaces for years. Memories shaped by long tours, late-night conversations, and a partnership that the public never fully understood. Conway Twitty and Loretta Lynn built something rare in an industry known for fast connections and even faster fallouts. Public eyes searched for drama, for hidden romance, for scandal. That search never stopped. Rumors floated for decades. Still, Loretta Lynn stayed consistent. A bond described as deep, loyal, and entirely platonic remained the only version ever shared openly. Loretta once described Conway as a brother, a partner in music, a steady presence during a demanding career. That statement carried weight, not a casual comment, but a clear reflection of how she chose to define that connection. A question naturally followed. Why would such strong language exist if something romantic had been hidden? Would secrecy not create distance instead of warmth? Behind the scenes, a different layer of that relationship unfolded. Long bus rides, endless touring, crowded venues, and quiet hotel rooms formed the backdrop of daily life. Conway brought a sense of calm into that environment, not loud, not attention-seeking, not reckless. A steady presence who understood discipline in a world that often rewarded chaos. Loretta noticed that difference early. Respect grew from consistency. Trust built slowly through shared experiences. Peggy Lynn later recalled how her mother spoke about Conway in private moments, not with excitement or secrecy, but with calm respect. Sometimes tenderness slipped into those conversations, not the kind tied to romance, but something deeper: appreciation and emotional safety. Conway treated Loretta as an equal, not as competition or an accessory, but as a partner with equal voice. That respect carried weight, especially during an era when female artists often faced limitations. This past February 2026, on what would have been Conway's 93rd birthday, Peggy gave a rare interview to a country music podcast. She said, "Mama never wavered. She called Conway her rock on the road. People wanted a love story. But the real story, two friends who trusted each other completely, that was more powerful than any affair." The musical magic. Work between Conway and Loretta began almost accidentally, yet somehow inevitably. Introduction came through Owen Bradley, the producer shaping country music at that time. Separate recording sessions had been scheduled, nothing unusual, yet something about that moment created a quiet turning point. Bradley had already guided Twitty through several successful songs. A thought began to form. What if two strong voices could meet in one space and create something entirely different? Early reactions did not lean toward excitement. Industry minds questioned the idea. Would two established names blend well? Would audiences accept such a pairing? Doubts grew louder. Twitty reportedly expressed confidence despite the noise. Loretta's side carried similar tension, especially with strong influence from her husband, Oliver Mooney Lynn. Agreement did not arrive instantly, but a moment came when hesitation gave way to determination. Momentum truly built when a song entered the picture at exactly the right time. Discovery of Louisiana Woman, Mississippi Man happened during a tour. Mooney reportedly recognized something special immediately. Bringing that song into the studio created alignment. Recording followed without hesitation. From that point, results spoke louder than any doubt. After the Fire Is Gone marked a major breakthrough, reaching #1. Success didn't stop there. 5 number-one singles between 1971 and 1975 created a streak that demanded attention. 7 additional songs reached the top 10. 4 albums reached the top position. 10 studio albums released together reflected not just popularity, but sustained creative partnership. Recognition followed naturally. Winning Vocal Duo of the Year at the CMA for 4 consecutive years highlighted the partnership's impact. Adding a Grammy Award for Best Country Performance by a duo or group further cemented that status. What exactly made that combination work? Twitty brought a smooth, rich tone with emotional depth. Lynn delivered a sharp, expressive style that could cut through a melody while still feeling warm. Separately, both voices already held strong appeal. Together, a different dimension appeared. A natural blend that listeners described as electric. A sense of conversation flowed through the music. Lines passed back and forth, creating a dynamic that felt alive rather than static. Stage presence added another layer. Performances carried ease yet unpredictability. Light-hearted banter could shift into emotional storytelling within moments. Audiences responded strongly. Could such chemistry be taught, or does something like that simply exist between certain people? This year, Trey Twitty Conway's grandson and Taylor Lynn Loretta's granddaughter are halfway through their 70-date Twitty and Lynn 2026 tour. In a February interview at the Ryman Auditorium, TRE said, "People still ask me if there was something more. I tell them the same thing. Grandma Dee and Grandma Loretta always said they were musical soulmates. Nothing more, nothing less," Taylor added. "The chemistry people saw? That was 2 professionals who loved making magic together. Full stop." Years of speculation. Curiosity never stayed quiet around music that felt too real. After the Fire Is Gone carried a theme that stirred imagination. 2 people caught in something complicated, emotional, and far too convincing. Listeners leaned in to decode meaning. Could such emotion come purely from performance, or did something deeper sit behind every line? Loretta and Conway created something that blurred lines between performance and reality. Chemistry on stage didn't look rehearsed. Every duet felt like a private conversation shared in public. Fans watched closely and started connecting dots that may not have existed. Whispers turned into full conversations. Many people insisted marriage must exist behind closed doors. Stage presence became evidence. A glance held too long, a smile too genuine, a lyric delivered with too much feeling. Entertainment media leaned into the narrative. Headlines shaped perception. Articles hinted at hidden romance. Sensational angles attracted attention, and attention brought profit. Country music has always embraced storytelling, rooted in real emotion. When performers deliver with authenticity, audiences naturally wonder how much truth sits beneath lyrics. Loretta built a career on honesty. Conway carried a voice that turned any lyric into something deeply personal. Combined, the result felt almost too genuine to separate from reality. Years passed, but curiosity refused to disappear. Loretta eventually addressed the situation directly. In a 2016 interview, she explained that many people believed in a romantic connection simply because of the songs. She clarified that friendship defined the relationship, not romance. She emphasized that connection came from mutual respect and shared artistry, not from any hidden affair. That clarification brought relief, but didn't erase years of speculation. Once an idea takes hold in public imagination, removal becomes difficult. Some fans accepted the explanation immediately. Others held on to earlier beliefs. Why? Perhaps because the imagined story felt more exciting than reality. Behind the scenes, reality looked very different. Families remained steady. Loretta spoke openly about genuine friendship with Conway. She also shared that her husband, Mooney, respected Conway deeply. In fact, Conway held a unique place within that circle, earning genuine appreciation and trust. Instead of jealousy or suspicion, mutual respect defined relationships around both artists. Conway's personal life reflected similar support. His wives understood the professional partnership. Dolores D. Henry, his third wife, reportedly admired Loretta greatly. Temple Mickey Medley, his second wife, shared that admiration. If closest family members saw no issue, why did outside observers remain convinced otherwise? Respect formed the foundation. Music came first. Both approached collaboration with professionalism and dedication. That rhythm translated into performances that looked effortless. Audiences witnessed that ease and interpreted comfort as romantic connection. Could simple musical compatibility really appear that convincing? Evidence suggests yes. Another layer of misunderstanding came from the nature of duet performances. Duets rely on emotional exchange. Lyrics demand interaction, eye contact, shared expression. Without that connection, songs lose impact. Loretta and Conway understood this and delivered consistently. That commitment sometimes blurred perception for those watching. Time continued moving, yet the narrative remained attached to both names. Even decades later, conversations still return to the same question. Was there ever something more? Official statements say no. Family perspectives say no. Direct words from Loretta say no. Still, fascination persists. Perhaps because human nature enjoys mystery. Clear answers sometimes feel less satisfying than unanswered questions. Why this story still matters today? Lessons from this partnership still feel relevant decades later. That collaboration showed something simple but powerful: balance matters. No single voice should overpower another in a true partnership. Both Conway and Loretta understood that. Each performance carried shared space. Each song felt like a conversation instead of a competition. Observers often say the connection worked because of clear boundaries. No confusion, no blurred lines, just pure professionalism. Complementary strengths played a big role. Conway brought smooth control. Loretta brought bold honesty. Put together, something special happened. Another detail often mentioned involves real respect, not surface-level politeness. Both artists valued each other's input. Decisions didn't feel one-sided. Creative choices came from shared discussions. That environment allows ideas to grow naturally. Support systems also mattered more than many expect. Spouses stood firmly behind the collaboration, creating stability. No tension from outside, no unnecessary pressure creeping in. Without trust at home, could such a long-lasting partnership have thrived? Doubtful. Ego management stands out as another lesson. Successful partnerships often require setting pride aside. Conway and Loretta focused on the bigger picture rather than individual spotlight. Music came first. Harmony came first. That mindset allowed both voices to shine without overshadowing each other. In the end, one idea stands above everything else: strong. Partnerships rely on balance, respect, and trust. Remove any one element, and cracks begin to show. Keep all three intact, and something timeless can emerge. Conway Twitty and Loretta Lynn proved that point without needing to say much at all. Peggy Lynn's revelation didn't expose a scandal. It confirmed a truth that had been there all along. Two legends. One friendship. Zero secrets. And maybe that raises the simplest question of all. Does every meaningful connection need to be explained, to be understood? With this, we have come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe for more content. To enjoy more thrilling stories, click now on the following video that pops up on your screen.